we are trying to make the function to calculate BMI in JavaScript. We'll write the function and then we write the name function. So let's make the name of the function as calculate BMI. BMI stands for body mass index. This function will have two different parameters, weight and height. Then inside the curly brackets, we will have the formula as weight and divided by height. So basically, weight will be in kilogram and height will be in meters. You might have to give the parenthesis. So this will make the BMI calculator, and we have to return the value from this function. So this is our simple function to calculate the BMI. So let's say our weight is maybe 88 kilograms, and our height, let's say, is maybe someone is 1.8 meters. It's in meters. And let's use the function. To use the function, we will store the resulting value in this variable, and then we will say calculate BMI. We will pass the weight, and we will pass the height, and then we will print BMI. So let's run this, and we can see that this is 17.1609049. So it's a very long number. So let's return only the two values after the decimal. So there is this function called to the dot we are suggested. So this is the fraction digits, so we will use this one, and we just want to have two numbers after the decimal. Let's do it again. So this time we have only two numbers. So what if we just insert something else, like this? This function requires the numbers. What if we write something like, in the alphabets? If we pass the alphabets, let's do this. Now, what did we get? It gets some kind of error, because this function is not designed to get this values here. So let's do something here. If the user doesn't provide weight and height in numbers, let's stop the function from returning this type of error. So we will say that the weight has to be in number, so it has to be the numbers that should be greater than 0, or it also should not be 0. If this weight and height are 0, then it just results something else. So the maths won't work when everything is 0 by 0. It doesn't really make sense. So weight has to be greater than 0, or it also should not be equal to 0. So this should be either case. So height also should not be 0, should be greater than 0. So here we need to write this horizontal, two horizontals. So this is for the R, and we will write this within the this parenthesis, and we would have this condition. Then say we will return please include the numbers greater than 0. Let's say positive numbers greater than 0. So this time it will work. So if we give here something else like -5, for example, it can be -5, and it will say please include the positive numbers greater than 0. Okay. Now we know that BMI is the body mass index, and based on that value we can categorize or group the people either if they are healthy or if they are not. So we will do other function. Let's say so this function will now categorize the BMI value. So categorize BMI, and so well, actually let's do something like this: weight, height. So there is something called the helper function I just learned today. So what we can do is we can call this function within this function. So here first we will calculate the BMI and then use the calculate BMI, but the parameters are same here. So both of the functions, the helper function and the other function, will have the same parameters. So we will assign this BMI value to the constant, and we want to have the some kind of string values. This will return the condition, that this will return the text based on the value. We will have our first case if BMI, let's say, is less than, let's say, 19.0, because we have given 2 different decimals, or even if it's equal to, and we will provide the parenthesis, and after that we write the curly brackets, inside which we will have the strings, and then we will say you are underweight, and that's it. This is the first condition. Then we will have something maybe between BMI value greater than or equal to 19.01 and BMI less than or equal to 25.00. So both the conditions should be met, and in this case we will use this and the and this sign means both the condition has to be true to be in this case here. So we will open and close the parenthesis, and the strings, resulting strings, will be you are normal person. And let's say the values are between greater are equal to 25.01, again, and BMI is less than 40.00. This will be the other category. Again, we will open the string, open the curly brackets and close the curly brackets, where the strings will be something like you are little overweight. And finally, we will say else. So any values greater than 40, sorry, any values greater than 40 will be will mean that the person is very obese. OBESE. So these are our strings. So these strings will be returned based on the value of BMI. Now we want to return the value written. Here we use this tilted sign to return both the strings and the values. So your BMI is, and we do this curly brackets, write the variable name we want to return, and then we also keep this dollar sign. Also, we also want to return the string, so we will can do this dollar sign, and then we will give the strgs. So this will be these are going to be the values that are going to be returned. And we will simply do this here, and let's check this if this works or not. Okay, it is just giving us the okay. Oh wait, we have the new function here. So let's see, the function name is BMI, and then we'll do the BMI. We will run this. So it is not working. It is giving some strings. So we forgot here something very important. We need to provide the curly brackets. And this time we get the BMI is 27.16 if the person has the weight of 88 and height of 1.8. That person is a little overweight. So let's say the person is 1.75. So the person is still a little overweight. Let's decrease the weight of the person. It still says you're a little overweight. Let's say the person is 70 kilograms. So the person has to be 70 kilograms if the person has the height of 1.5. And this way we just calculated the BMI calculator. Thank you for watching.